So the Batman Penguin spin-off series is releasing soon on Max, and after seeing the initial teasers and full-length trailer for the show, I'm getting incredibly excited to see what's in store with the next chapter of the Batman epic crime saga. Matt Reeves' universe is of course separated from the more conventional comic book fare, and with the Penguin series, it looks like the show is once again diving into another genre, forging a crime drama over the neo-noir mystery film we got theatrically in 2022. Alongside the genre approach to the Penguin, the performances, the filmmaking, and the world building seem to be aspects I'm most excited about, and I'm hoping that it can continue the overall quality we got with the first Batman feature. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing all the things that excite me the most about this show, and why I think it could be one of the best comic book shows in recent years. Before I get into it though, if you want to keep up to date on any of my future content surrounding the Penguin series, the Batman Saga, and other upcoming DC projects, then don't forget to support this upload by giving it a like rating and subscribing to the channel. But without further ado, let's dive into why the Penguin is my most anticipated comic book series. So the comic book genre is continuing to have quite the shaky time with the audience, as projects in multiple cinematic universes are not going down all that great consistently. Yes, there have been a few exceptions in recent years, but as a whole, both the quality and the box office returns have taken a dip. This is also an even bigger issue with comic book series, as for example, recent Disney Plus shows under Marvel haven't done great at all. Now of course, I love a good universe project when it's done well, but I think there's more creative freedom and potential in the standalone projects that just gives them a greater edge in this current time period over the ones that feel like more of the same. On the movie side of things, taking the Batman as an example, Matt Reeves was able to distinguish a unique take on Batman and Gotham even after many adaptations had come before it. We've got the detective Batman we've always wanted, and a film that feels more adult and akin to something like Seven rather than a traditional action blockbuster. But amongst the grim realistic tone of Matt Reeves' Gotham world, we still did get everything we expected from a Batman movie, whether it be the action, scope, or trademarks of the Batman character. And now Matt Reeves plans on expanding the world he introduced in his neo-noir crime epic under a new spin-off series that both connects to the film he put to screen and is further aiming to be its own impactful project. Distinct from the broader DC universe and its array of heroes, Reeves' vision is intensely gritty, honing in exclusively on the dark and complex world of Gotham City. And the upcoming spin-off on Max will return us to that world, but primarily centre around Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin. Reeves' world exists outside the official DCU, allowing him the freedom to craft a more somber yet unfiltered narrative compared to the lighter tone in the main DCU. This approach can cut through unnecessary humour or trademarks of the more conventional comic book adaptation. Although the Penguin operates largely from the shadows, his role is poised to expand significantly, especially after the conclusion of the Batman, which set the stage for him to wield greater influence over Gotham. If he navigates this story without harm, the Penguin is likely to play a pivotal role in Reeves' strategy for an overarching Batman series. The Penguin will directly tie into the narrative of the film universe, broadening Reeves' portrayal of Gotham through the lens of a villain. And both Reeves and Dylan Clark will take on executive producer roles, ensuring that the distinctive style and tone of the Batman can carry over into this new series. But while it will aim to continue the tone and visual sensibilities of Gotham from the Reeves film, the early trailers and details we've heard about the series claim that it's going to be very much its own effective installment. And when you announce that you've got the Mayor of Easttown's Craig Zobel directing the first 3 episodes, it makes you think that they are aiming bigger than they appear to be on the surface. In particular, the show is being described as a unique crime series set in the Batman Saga. While the Batman film was a unique detective story inspired by the tone of Seven, the Penguin is looking to be more like The Long Good Friday, Scarface, and The Sopranos. Showrunner Lauren LeFranc confirmed that the show will be the bridge between the Batman and its upcoming sequel in 2026. The series will explore Oz's quest for greater influence in Gotham following the conclusion of the Batman movie, where the Riddler unleashed a flood that threw the city into turmoil. Interestingly, the concept of villains vying for dominance in a ravaged Gotham echoes the storyline of No Man's Land, the Batman comic which depicted various rogues attempting to seize control of different parts of the city for their own agendas. And yet, within this fascinating setup, HBO producers have claimed that the main goal of the Penguin will be to show what Oz's life is like in the streets of Gotham. As a determined criminal and a cunning strategist with his own goals, this narrative could serve as a prime example of how 8 episodes can effectively unfold a character's journey filled with intriguing twists, turns, and the introduction of new faces too. Colin Farrell has also hinted that we will delve into the villain's backstory and personal life, exploring Oz's dynamics with his mother and his connection to Sophia Falcone, the daughter of Carmine Falcone, who has just emerged from Arkham Asylum. Both characters are survivalists, entrenched in a world rife with deception and violence, leading to much suspicion between them and a richly intertwined history. It's a series promising a big focus on crime families battling for power in Gotham, a city so well visually and tonally realised in that original film. And with the Batman's take on Gotham, one of the things that is promising in the years going forward is how that world affects the expansion of characters and how each character impacts the grim gothic reality that they exist in. The Penguin looks even more down to earth with its focus on grounded criminals in this mob world rather than overpowered heroes with little nuance. In addition to Farrell reprising his role as Oz Cobblepot, Cristin Milioti will join the cast as Sophia Falcone. Sophia is determined to reclaim her father's criminal empire, and while the Batman reimagined certain aspects of Falcone, they still focused on the greed and corruption central to his character. If Sophia shares any of her father's traits, she could either threaten Penguin's ambitions to dominate Gotham or potentially become his strongest ally. This speculation is further fueled by the involvement of Carmine's son, Alberto Falcone, portrayed by Michael Zegan, along with the inclusion of former rival kingpin Salvatore Maroni, played by the legendary Clancy Brown. Additionally, Michael Kelly has confirmed that his character, Johnny Vitti, serves as the underboss of the Falcone crime family, indicating he will likely be involved in the ensuing power struggle following the demise of Carmine. Furthermore, Renzi Feliz has been cast as Victor Aguilar, a character created exclusively for this series. And lastly, there are hints that Robert Pattinson's Batman may make an appearance too. Given the interconnected storytelling of this saga, it would be logical for Pattinson's Batman to feature, even if it is just for one scene. So the range of characters and actors involved sets an even more exciting precedent for the Penguin, promising a truly rich selection of characters in this series. And the high level of actors signed onto the project provides the opportunity for multiple top-tier real-world performances. It shows that the intentions of the show are the story and the characters, rather than teasing another hero or another movie's half-baked ideas. And to support this world and the characters that inhabit it, the filmmaking really has to match that. So far, the trailers show that the world looks quite similar to what we got on screen in The Batman, and just like with the cinematography and visuals in that film, the creators seem to be making the frame as dirty as they can to really echo the grunginess of the city. They've definitely managed to capture the same grittiness and look, but again, on top of this, they are still building their own kind of identity, leaning more into a vintage, mobster-driven aesthetic. This is all I ask of an individual project within a popular franchise, making the next installment feel a part of the world you've already built, but then expanding upon that and taking it in an exciting new direction. So overall, I have faith in Reeves' expansion of the Batman world when it comes to planning a saga of intriguing storylines. So far, Craig Zobel and Lauren LeFranc look like they are bringing something very unique and satisfying to this separated world. After the Batman, I'm looking forward to whatever they do in this world, whether it be in the main films or in the spin-off shows, and I think the saga can really stand apart, not just from other takes on Batman, but from comic book projects in general. The first film did that in its own way, and I'm expecting this one to raise the bar even further. Reeves has begun a saga that could contain unique subgenres in multiple projects, while at the same time retain all the Bat-lore and established detective noir tones that the first movie had. Now yes, it's exciting to think about what elements of the comics could become an inspiration for the extended storyline, but while I completely trust the creators to implement that seamlessly, what does interest me the most is the type of projects we'll get. And seeing that they have crafted the Penguin more as a crime drama, it makes that notion even more promising. To me, it's what made films like The Batman, Joker, and even Logan so interesting. Yes, they were projects on some of the most popular comic book characters, but the directors approached them in ways we haven't seen in this genre before. And my hope is that The Penguin as a series can replicate that, giving us a compelling crime show that individually builds out the story of Oz, while expanding this take on Gotham through its extended screen time and the many new faces involved. So as a whole, I'm eagerly anticipating how Reeves and the show's producers will further the intricate details of this Gotham City's underworld, and hopefully there will be some major plot events surrounding the power struggle for control that sets the stage for what's to come beyond it. But that was my video discussing why the Penguin series is my most anticipated comic book show. With all the footage for the series looking promising, I couldn't be more excited to see how Matt Reeves' The Batman Saga evolves on both the big screen and the small screen. The wait for the first spin-off series won't be long, as it's releasing on Max in just under a month. While we do have to wait until 2026 for the Batman sequel, it's great that we have a prime HBO series on the way to keep us engaged in the meantime, and one that directly leads into the events of that next theatrical installment. It will be intriguing to see what kind of role Colin Farrell's Penguin and other characters will have by the time Matt Reeves' sequel does release, and hopefully this Penguin series can develop them in a big way. When it comes to the Gotham world that Matt Reeves is expanding, I trust that his saga will become increasingly fascinating the more we see of it. But let me know down below in the comment section whether you're excited for the Penguin series, and like me, do you think it can be one of the very best comic book shows? Let me know down below in the comment section. For much more videos and news on the Batman universe and DC, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like rating and follow me on social media via the links in the description. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Cortex, and as always, make some noise.